My name's Mike Whitaker and I race for Bruntwood Park BMX Club over in Cheadle in the UK. These series of videos are going to be showing you what it's like to enter the UK BMX scene, and it's going to follow me racing at regional and national level for my first year in 2025. I hope you enjoy the videos, I hope you enjoy the ride along, and if you can, get down to your local BMX club and support them in any way you can. Thank you. You're joining me on the road to Hartlepool for the first round of the British Cycling North Region BMX Series. The weather is generally grim, but I'm hoping things are going to clear up as we get towards the track. This video is going to be about this round and trying to show you a bit of an insight into what BMX racing is like in the UK. I plan on riding the whole of the North Region series. There is probably one race I'm going to miss, but I'll take you along round for where I attend, and we'll see what it's like to race BMX. So we've just come out of the services at Hartlepool, having had to charge a Tesla. Unfortunately, as soon as you put a BMX bike on the back of a car, it just absolutely ruins anything to do with your mileage. So I'm anticipating we've charged on the way there, and we're probably going to have to charge on the way back. I think today's journey is about 113, 120-ish miles. So we just aren't going to make it on the standard battery. So coming out of Starbucks today, I can't believe it's £10.45 for what is a coffee and a Frappuccino. If you're at the point in your life where that's cheap or you think that's okay, you've made it. Congratulations, you are rich. So the weather is currently drizzly with a chance of even more rain. It's currently horrible as we're going over the tops now towards Hartlepool. It does look like the weather improves when we get there, which is weird for Hartlepool, and I can say that because I was born there. It's normally freezing cold and wet. I'm hoping that things are going to brighten up, but we will see as the day goes on. Okay, so it looks like we're going to get there at about 20 to 9, which is good. Registration starts at 9 o'clock. It's pretty much the same for any regional race. And then racing starts at 12. We'll have some practice this morning. And then I think Motor 1 underway from 12 o'clock. I'm looking forward to today, to be honest. It's the first race that I will have competed at regional racing. I'm racing for Bruntwood BMX Club, which I'm part of. Unfortunately, I haven't got my jersey though. They haven't come through yet from the national team. So I'll be racing in the Kebab House Racing Team jersey, as I have done pretty much for the last year. So yeah, looking forward to it. So today's a bit of a long one in respect to duration. There's quite a few of our riders coming up from Manchester to Hartlepool, which is quite a trek. I think last time I checked, there's about 32 riders on scores from our club, which compared to last year, I think it was about 14. So it just goes to show the club is growing and the popularity of BMX is there. We've got quite a few people that are dedicated to making that journey over to Hartlepool. Some have stayed over last night. I've chosen to go first thing in the morning and come back just for ease, to be honest. It is a long day, but with Caitlin's company, I should be okay. So aims for today, they're simple really. I don't really want to come last. I'm no Russ Collin, I'm not going to win it. I'm quite happy that I'm not going to win it. I've got a feeling we are going to get merged with some of the older category and possibly some of the younger ones. So I'm hoping to hold my own, keep it rubber side down and stay out of the hospital. That's the main thing. So really looking forward to the challenge and looking forward to seeing where I place myself within this pack of people. Okay, so practice is done for the first part of open practice, which is from sort of 9 till 10. I've got another practice now at 11 o'clock for the old people. Thoughts on the track? It's tight in places, it's very technical through the straights. The corners for both second and third are very tight. There's a good possibility you can end up the berm and unfortunately off the track. So whoever told me that yesterday was completely right. Gate seems all right, nice and grippy, but we're just gonna have to see how we get on. I think there's 29 in my category for today, which is quite an amount of people. I'm led to believe that in the regional races you do an A, a B, a C and a D final. So the racing's going to be all day. It'll be 3 motos, it will be a semi-final, and then it's looking like finals. It's just about where I'm going to place. There's some big names here, people like Stuart Little, a couple of the other lads who've been racing for a very, very long time. So I'm just going to enjoy the event and just try and settle in and yeah, treat it as a break in gentle to the season. And I forgot to mention I was going to race in my Kebab House racing top, but I managed to squeeze myself into Cody's top. I'm not sure if you can see. I kind of look like a fat Ross Cullen at this point in time. But at least I'm wearing the green, that's the main thing. Okay, so practice 2 is over in the age category. That's quite interesting. It's a right mix of lads who've been riding for years and some people that have just started riding similar to me within the regional series. And yeah, it was good. It's still tight, that track. I actually really like it. It seems to flow really well. But corners, very tight still. I think if there's any moves to be made, it's probably down the straights, coming out them corners quite nicely. But whether that's going to happen, I'm not sure. We've already had a rider off in practice, and they called the air ambulance for him. So yeah, practice has delayed some of the race start, and then we're looking to hopefully get things going by about 1 o'clock. So it'd be interesting to see what Motor 1 brings. And it looks like Motor 1, 2, 3, and then probably semi-finals. We'll see how we get on.
Come on, Dad!
Okay, so Motor 1 down, racing with Brent Featherstone and a couple of the other lads who have been racing for years. Not too bad, took it nice and easy. They all gate very quick. It was interesting to see how they were riding, to be fair, but yeah, into turn 1 was pretty much dead last, and then managed to pick up a place partway through. Quite happy with that, to be fair, given the calibre of athlete that's around me. So yeah, let's see how we get on in Motor 2. It looks like it's going to be a long racing day, so trying to take it easy and save a little bit for the later on ones.
Around the third and final turn, big bubble on the line.
Fair enough. Ready to shout? Come on, Dad!
Moto 2 out the way. Came 4th in that one, but that's technically second from last. Within that race was about 5 of us. Not such a great gate. And lap time now gone from 41 seconds in the first race to 42. Looking at it, I need to work on stuff like the gating, to be fair. I had a bad gate in that second moto. The lads are really strong on the track, strong in the corners, good at defending. It's really interesting to see the different level really of the lads that are riding at this level. It's yeah, it's cool to be part of it, to be fair. So I've got motor number 3 to go, and then I think it's semis, but we will find out. Yeah, just really enjoying it. That's half the battle. Just need to try and work out how much food to eat. But Hartlepool's a bit of a funny place. It's really windy. I'm hoping that the microphone's not picking up all the wind. I've tried to come to an area which is a bit secluded, just in order to stop that from becoming a factor, to be fair. Yeah, let's see how we get on.
You can't get 2 bike ones ahead. I pushed that gate. What were you doing? Yeah, with your foot? No, with your arms top. I didn't put my phone on that. Didn't you cry when someone made a move on you?
Go on, Dad!
Okay, so Motor 3 done. Felt really good with that one, to be fair, and felt close with the lads going into them corners. So let's have a look. We've got Motor 3 was a 40-second lap, so 40.9. It's decent. Looks like the gate was slow, 2-second gate. So yeah, felt good. The thing with this track seems to be that once you've come out that first gate and gone into the first corner, whatever the order is in the first corner is probably going to dictate who's going to be where in the end of the lap. So there's not a lot of places you can make moves. I've been fortunate, I've managed to make some moves in some of the corners, but it's just really tight. I mean, I think the cool thing is, having spoken with quite a few of the lads, they're all really decent lads. I just waiting for semis really. I think semis and then finals, we'll see how that goes, but yeah, just waiting for them to be drawn on scores. Fingers crossed, get through that and get to, be nice to get an A final, but I don't think it's going to happen. B final probably. Let's see what goes on.
Over, and pretty much there is going to be no change by the look of it. They will finish exactly the way they left the gates. That's cruiser class yet again.
Run, mate!
Trying to sneak up there into that turn number 1. Got prize down there.
Yeah! Go on, mate! Go on, Dad! Go on!
Michael Parks up there. Will it be Whittaker or Parks? Parks and Whittaker side by side. Bars there banging the elbows around.
No, don't say that.
Whittaker, they're still there. They're still side by side.
Yeah!
Okay, so we're on our way back from Hartlepool. Really weird situation with the way that British Cycling run the races. It didn't get a semi-final, so in total there were 27 of us merged together from other classes. My class is between 40s and 44s, but there's like 45 to 50s, 50 plus, 60 plus. So we were all merged into one category, and there was 27 of us. So I originally came about 20th out of 27 when we'd done the motos, and after the motos had finished, they did semi-finals for the top 16. But I didn't get a semi-final, and so I thought the day was over at that point in time. But weirdly, they seem to be doing these different finals. So we had an A final and a B final, which is completely normal if you know what BMX is. But we also had a C final and a D final. But the cool thing with that was, one, I got another lap at the track. I got a C final, but I managed to win the C final. That pushed my score up for the whole competition, so that I came 17th overall out of the 27 in the full category. And then in my age group of 40 to 44, I came second. Absolutely no idea why British Cycling do that weird maths of creating these other finals, but it seems to worked in my favour in the respect that I managed to get another ride and I managed to improve my standing. Brilliant. What a mega day. All the other kids had a really good day. Some standout performances from people like Cooper Crowley. I think Harvey won the Riders Rider, which I've got a bit of a video for that. Yeah, there were, I think in total 32 of us from Bruntwood that were down to ride it. I think 28 or 29 made it. There was a couple of people who couldn't make it in the end. But what a great turnout. I managed to squeeze myself into Cody's jersey throughout, and that, you know, it was great to finally be in a Bruntwood jersey and finally be racing under the Bruntwood flag. And like as a first regional race, it was just, yeah, better than I could have expected, to be honest. Result-wise is brilliant, but even just the experience of being with the other lads in the pens is great. You know, meeting some great guys there, some people who've been racing for like 25 years, like, you know, Brett Featherstone, Nigel Smith has been racing since 2005. It just blows my mind that these guys have got so much experience and are still in the sport. Find that kids' determination to keep racing and, you know, keep racing hard is really, really sort of humbling and makes me want to try harder. It infuses me with the sport. Tops off, I managed to get, I was born in Hartlepool, so I have some family that came down to see us, and you know, that was brilliant. The two little boys, Bennett and Alfred, seemed to really enjoy seeing the other kids race and watching their Big Daft Uncle Mike race as well, which was fantastic. But yeah, overall thoughts then, Hartlepool as a track is absolutely brilliant. It's tough the first straight, you've got to come out the gate hard, you've got to be pedalling down that first straight, and really whatever you're going into position in that first corner is going to see you through for the rest of the race. A lot of the rest of the second straight, third straight and fourth is pumping. Not massive amounts of opportunity to overtake. Lines are tight, so you've got to, or at least I did, stay low really throughout them corners. There's quite a bit of moss on some of them berms, and everything that the lads told me from Bruntwood when I was training yesterday it was true really. If you go in too tight, you kind of end up going higher in the exit of the berm than I would want to. So I went wide and cut in. You'll see some videos of me racing that my daughter took. I haven't been able to get any drone footage or anything today. It was that windy at Hartlepool, I daren't get the drone off the ground. I have got a bit of drone footage from being followed into the park and stuff like that, which is fine, but like I would normally want to take some footage of a track and some different angles, but I just haven't been able to get it today at all. And that was just testament to how windy it was at the top of the hill. And that's a weird thing about Hartlepool as well, temperature wise. It was probably 5 degrees colder at the top of the hill than it was at the bottom, and you were quite sheltered at the bottom. But when you're on the track, I could noticeably feel it during Moto 2 that the wind was picking up, and it kind of knocked a second out of my lap time. I'm quite happy that it's kind of consistently getting 40 to 41 second laps. More than chuffed with that really, under the circumstance of never riding that before. And to be honest, I don't think I've got much more in me. Some of the top lads are doing 37 second laps, even at sort of older than me. You know, the likes of Bentley, Stuart Little, Gary Carver, I think won it. Gary was previously a Northeast rider, so he knew the track like the back of his hand. But those lads are just blistering really quick. Whatever you think of 50-year-old men racing BMX bikes, they're rapid. I mean, the videos don't do us justice for how quick we're going. And you'll see my final video, and to be honest, I can't really go any quicker. That was me trying, and quite happily say that the first couple of races I was trying to feel it out really and see what it was like and see what the people around me were like. And you know, these are all lads that have jobs. We're all lads that race on a Sunday, and we've got to go work on a Monday, and we're all really respectful. The whole racing scene is just full of decent guys having a laugh, riding. I mean, by the time we got to the end of the line on the final, the three of us that were sort of fighting for that first position were just kind of elated really with the ride. We were all so chuffed that we'd come through it, we'd had a good battle, and I think sometimes it's the journey with that more than anything. It's not necessarily the winning. Don't get me wrong, the winning the C final to me as a first regional race was just absolutely mega. Like, I know it's a C final, so there's nothing to get too excited about, and kids get upset when they get a B final, but at 43, getting in a C final, winning a C final, yeah, just dead chuffed, and you know, it's reflected in the other lads around you, all having a good time. It's made me infused and excited really for the rest of the year. But yeah, we go on to the next round. Round 2 I think is in Knowsley and is in April. Before that we've got the Manchester National. I am going to national race. I am not expecting to do well in the Nationals, in all honesty. The calibre of lads racing at that level is immense, but I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to take part. My hat goes off to anybody who races. I spent last year sitting really on the side of the races, watching my son race and watching some of the other lads race, including watching my daughter race, and watching people like Dave Kane race, who's one of the lads that I sort of came up with racing at club level, and really admiring him. It's just, yeah, it's exciting to be part of. So next video will be, I think, about the National, unless I've got my dates wrong. So Manchester Indoor National over 2 days. It's going to be a weird one because I'm not going to be able to film an awful lot of that. It is inside. It'll probably be just a bit of a report about what I thought about it. I've already got my feelings about the indoor. For me, racing at the indoor is more about conquering some fears and some, I suppose, demons really. It's a difficult place to race. It's going to be interesting, but I can't step away from that feeling that we've got today of elation. Like it feels like even finishing the racing is just like being on cloud nine. I think there's always that question that I always get is, why do you race BMX? And the answer is because there isn't anything else that really touches it. For that 40-second lap, you are thinking about nothing else but riding. You're concentrating on all the skills that you've honed throughout all the training, and you're just trying to get round quicker than the guy next to you, behind you, in front of you. And it's brilliant. So, enough about that then. On back home from Hartlepool to Manchester, and yeah, we'll see you for round 2. Have a good one and ride safe.